Today, we're gonna finally do a review, the Aero Precision M5E1 chambered in 308 that we built a couple of months ago. That's all I wanted. If you guys didn't see that build series, I will put a little annotation up here. I'll also put a build list in the description below, along with links to all the parts. Some of them I'm affiliated with, some of them I'm not. But thank you guys so much for all your support. Check this out. This is from Inksta Arms. This is their 9mm, which is compatible with Glock magazines. So if you're into Glocks, you got a lot of Glock mags laying around, this might be a pretty cool option for you. I haven't received all of the parts as of yet. I'm still waiting on, I believe, the barrel. I got some parts from Strike Industries coming in, and then I still need to figure out a buffer tube brace situation. I'm really trying to get the SB Tactical PDW brace. If you guys haven't seen those, look them up. They look pretty epic, but they're kind of expensive. I gotta get a lower parts kit. Let me know in the comments what kind of trigger you guys would like to see in this, what kind of AR trigger. I believe all standard AR triggers will work in here. So we'll be doing that build next. We're also getting the 1911 build series uploaded as we speak. So I will put a link to that, one of the corners. I'll put a link right up here where you can see that playlist as well. But today what we're talking about is the Aero Precision M5E1 308 build that I've had it for about, I think we did this build back in February, and I haven't done a full review on it yet because I like to spend time with things to see if I'm gonna like them. I have been very pleasantly surprised with this. This thing has been pretty epic, and I have zero regrets. I do think that with the scope, the mount, everything on here, this comes in around $1,800, I believe, all together. And don't get me wrong, guys, I got like a $300 and something trigger. I got the $100 additional price nickel boron bolt carrier. I also got the enhanced lower parts kit. So it can be had for a lot less. I just wanted to see how awesome of a 308 rifle we could build for a lower price. So I was trying to take it as high quality as possible without sacrificing a boatload. Now I know expensive and affordable are very subjective terms. So for some people, it might be very affordable. For others, it might not. With that being said, you would be hard pressed. Now I'm not saying they don't exist, but you'd be hard pressed to find a good, reliable AR-10 308 that runs reliably for less than $2,000. I mean, I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying you'd be hard pressed. I wanted this one to compete with the AR-10 308 that Wilson Combat makes, which they make one that's like a battle ready one. And I wanted this one to be along those lines. And it definitely is. It's a 16-inch barrel. It's not meant to reach out, over 1,000 yards or anything, but this thing reaches out really well, especially with this Atabal XP8. We're gonna go up close and look at this here in a second. But check this out. This isn't a vertical foregrip. This is the blast forwarding device from Indian Creek Design. We got the VG6 Gamma muzzle brake on here. And as you guys know, whenever you go to indoor ranges, it shoots all the force blast to the side. So I got this is a universal blast forwarding device. So any muzzle device that's like 1 inch or less will fit with this, and there's threads that go behind the muzzle device here. But what's cool about it is you can be out shooting like so, and then if you don't want to run it, right, like say for example, you're out somewhere where you don't need to use it. Well, one of the problems a lot of people were finding when they weren't using it was they were misplacing it and couldn't find it. So if you put it on here, this is a nice little addition that Indian Creek Design created. And now when you're not using it, there's threads on, and now you got yourself a nice vertical foregrip to help you mitigate recoil and stuff. Let's dive up close, take a look at this, and maybe you'll see something you like, maybe you won't. So this is the AR-10 that we built. We did it in flat dark earth. You get two choices. You can get black or you can get flat dark earth. One thing I love about this lower is the integrated trigger guard here. It's a billet aluminum solid piece. The fit and finish of this has been phenomenal. The upper and the lower literally have zero wobble, which they shouldn't because they're both made by the same company. Another thing that I have on here, Strike Industries dust cover. I took the mil-spec one off. They don't Cerakote the dust cover. So I went ahead and got one that matches, and the FDE almost seems to match it almost perfectly. Now light reflects off it a little bit differently because this is plastic, but definitely am digging it. I did actually have an accident the last time I was at the range. I was testing out this T-Pod from Fab Defense, and it doubles as a bipod. And what I did was I left the gun just kind of resting, and this T-Pod actually allows you to adjust it like this while it's on there. And the wind caught it and it fell, and where I was concrete. So you can see some scratches along these rails here, a little bit here. But I can always get this re-Cerakoted if I really needed to or really wanted to. What else we have on here? We have the nickel boron bolt carrier group. This is from Aero Precision as well. It's very, very large in size, especially compared to the 5.56. I am a 100% believer in nickel boron bolt carrier groups. When I did the AR pistol build, I went with no lube to the range to test it out, ran about 75 rounds through it non-stop, and it ran flawlessly without any lubrication, which is why I'm a huge believer in nickel boron. These are magnetic particle inspected and high pressure tested on the bolt, so you know it's going to be good there. And as you can see, they clean up. I mean, you're watching me clean this very easily. You just wipe them off, and I think that's my favorite part of this whole thing is how easily you can just wipe them clean and they're good to go. Since we got this out, I also went with the Aero Precision ambidextrous charging handle. I love these latches. It's cool because this latch will control that side or this latch will. Very nice. You don't got to pull both. You can pull one or the other. I always try to pull it like this. I don't know. It just feels so much nicer in the hands. You get a much better grip on it when you're trying to charge it out. So definitely love that. In the lower here, we have the Aero Precision Enhanced Lower Parts Kit. And what that includes is Magpul Mo Plus Grip, which has storage. And then I got the Geissele SD 3G competition trigger. It's a single stage trigger. It breaks at about, I don't even remember. Let's get the gauge out. This trigger has been phenomenal. And when I say phenomenal, I don't mean like, oh, it's just kind of nice. I'm saying that this thing has been so phenomenal, I understand why they're expensive. All right, let's pull it. So that broke, and this is about what I've been getting. 2.5 pounds, love it. It is a single stage, so I do believe they have some that are double stage. It's not the SD 3G, but it is like the SD. The 3G stands for 3-gun, and that was something I wanted to do with this rifle, was make it as 3-gun ready as possible. Moving on to the rear, we got the Aero Precision, buffer tube, buffer. Also got the, end plate, castle nut. Then we got the Magpul STR stock, and I've always been a fan of Mission First Tactical, of their stocks, and they are great for like AR-15s, but I love the cheek weld that you get on this. It is just beautiful. Another cool feature is that you could store batteries or maybe some medicine if you need it. And that has a little storage compartment on this side as well as the other side. Another thing that I like is zero wobble. I didn't stake my castle nut, so you're gonna see a little wobble from that, but this thing is on solid. And what's cool is you find your position and you pull this in, and that is your friction lock, and it won't move until you pull this lever here, and you got to pull it kind of hard. Got the Atbal XP8 illuminated 1x8 scope. This thing is awesome because it has, well, it's illuminated. You get 1x all the way out to 8x magnification. The caps are a little bit cheap, but they're functional, so doesn't really matter there. But I love the fact that they put this throw lever on here, and you could take it off if you don't like it. It just threads on. But if you want to change magnification real quick, it's just boom. Instead of sitting there trying to do it like this, you could just literally just come on over. Got a very nice feel to it. A lot of resistance, which tells me that it's got some quality to it. To mount it up, we got the ATA 30mm quick detach mount. No wobble, holds it very securely. We got the bubble level from Optic USA right here. Very nice little bubble level. So when you got it on the bipod, you can see when you're level. Moving on to the forward position. Like I was talking about earlier, the Gamma 762 from VG6 Precision. Behind it here is the threads for the Indian Creek Design blast forwarding device. Just like that, gives it a very, very sexy look to it. I love it. I've been 100% pleased with this build. One thing, I did have some issues with it in the very beginning, and the issues I had were cycling. And I thought that maybe something was wrong with the feed ramps. Well, I got this 168 grain ammunition, this AMAX, and the problem was the length of the bullets. You see that little nylon tip? In the PMag, it stuck out just a little bit further than the, pretend my finger's the edge of the magazine on the front. It stuck out a little far, and so it would cause cycling issues. These are designed for .308 bolt action guns, not AR-10 semi-automatic. So keep that in mind. As soon as I changed to 147 grain ammunition that didn't have this length, it ran flawlessly ever since, with lube or without lube. Like I said, guys, I'll put links in the description for you. I believe this all came out to around $1,800 altogether. Not too shabby, considering all of the upgraded parts and components that you get. You get, like I said, the SD3G trigger, mag pull grip, mag pull stock. You know, you're gonna get the ambidextrous charging handle with the nickel boron bolt carrier group, the Strike Industries bolt dust cover, and everything. So you could actually make this even more affordable by getting phosphate bolt carrier group, a mil-spec trigger. I mean, right there, those two things, that's about $400 off. If you get the standard lower parts kit, that's gonna be another $20 or $30. You could always get a cheaper butt stock, you know. You could always get more affordable optics. You don't have to get a muzzle brake, and you don't have to get the Indian Creek Design. If you don't do any of that, you can get this thing down to about like $1,400, $1,300, and it's still gonna run just as reliably. So let's jump up top. We'll talk a little bit more about it, and then we'll wrap up this review. Back up top. That is my review on the Aero Precision M5E1. Highly recommend this. Big shout out to Aero Precision, ATA sites, Optic USA, Indian Creek Design for sending out all these parts so we could bring this build series for you. This actually has been by far the most popular build series that we've done for ARs. So we did the AR pistol build series. If you haven't seen that, link will be right here. We did that one. And that one got a lot of attention, but not like this one. I mean, people have just been tearing up. They're loving this rifle. The ATA XP8, definitely love it. Now, I can't say, oh, it's better than Primary Arms. No, I can't say it's better than Vortex. Why? Because I haven't had the opportunity to test those out yet. However, with that being said, from what I understand, the Primary Arms 1x8 scope and the ATA XP8 are identical in every single way except for the reticles. So it's just a little bit of a different reticle. Definitely love the QD mount that I showed you when we went up close. Awesome little QD mount. Holds it very securely, holds zero, and I love it. And so I have zero regrets with this build. Like, for example, one of the regrets I had when I did the pistol build was I probably shouldn't have put a muzzle brake on it because I get gases to the face. I don't like that. Some people might not bother them, but for me, it's just not something for me. So I probably will just go back to the bird cage. flash hider, put the muzzle brake on my AR-15. That way I won't get the forces to the face. Thumbs up to this, guys. So anyways, guys, let me know if you guys have any questions down in the comments below. I'll be happy to try to answer any and all of your questions. If I don't know the answer, I'll try my best to find it.